Capricorn! Today we're going to look at May 12th, 2025 and the full moon in Scorpio. We'll look at Capricorn sun, moon, and rising with specific messages for each. We'll look at numerology and astrology and the tarot cards, and we'll end the reading with advice for your sign. And in the description box, I have links for meditations for each of these tarot cards that I drew for you today. So let's start. Start with numerology. And the number for the day is 8. And the 8 represents personal power, material success, and the ability to manifest your desires through determination. So for Capricorn, this number encourages you to harness your inner strength. Focus on your goals and make significant strides towards long-term success. So for example, today might feel like an ideal moment to double down on a career or personal goal you've been working towards. You could feel empowered to take charge of a situation, focus your energy on achieving tangible results, even if it means overcoming some obstacles in the process. Let's look at the astrology for the day. It's the full moon in Scorpio, and it illuminates the 4th house of home, family, and emotional foundations. And it brings your attention to your private life and emotional security. It's a time to assess how well your home environment supports your well-being and whether your inner foundation feels stable. So let's look at the sun. And the sun is in Taurus, and that's your 10th house. So we're talking career and public life and recognition. So the sun's position in Taurus is opposing the full moon, and it's creating this tension between your personal life and your home life. You may feel torn between your ambition and your need for emotional security at home. So for example, you might be focusing a lot on your career or your public image, but there's a strong urge to spend more time with family or at home and to find peace. Here's the moon in Scorpio. And that's your 4th house, home, family, emotional foundations. And the full moon brings heightened emotions regarding family dynamics in your home life and your emotional needs. It's a time to release any tensions or imbalances in your personal life, particularly in your domestic space. So example, you may feel an emotional shift that urges you to heal or transform aspects of your home life, whether it's reestablishing boundaries with family members or organizing your living space to make it feel more comfortable. Then we have Mercury. Mercury's in Taurus, your 10th house. That's self-expression and communication. So Mercury's placement in Taurus gives you a grounded approach to communication, especially regarding career and public life. You might feel a sense of clarity and stability when expressing your thoughts in personal matters. So for example, a conversation at work could go well today, especially if you are presenting a project or idea. You might also feel the need to communicate your personal values or beliefs more clearly to others. Here's Venus. And your Venus is in Aries. That's the 7th house. That's partnership and relationships. So Venus in Aries brings a fiery and independent energy into your partnerships. Today, you might feel compelled to assert yourself in relationships, standing your ground or ensuring that your personal needs are being met. So example, you might feel like you're standing up for your needs in a partnership or friendship, asserting your boundaries with a bit more confidence than usual. Here's Mars. And Mars is in Pisces. That's your 8th house. That's transformation and shared resources. So Mars in Pisces urges you to transform your approach to shared resources or deeper emotional matters. It's a time to work on healing financial or emotional wounds, allowing you to move forward in a more empowered way. So example, you may feel motivated to tackle joint finances, plan a new shared investment, or work through emotional issues that have been holding you back in relationships. So let's look at the tarot cards. And we got the 9 of Swords. Hi, camera. And the 9 of Swords, that talks about anxiety and sleeplessness and worry. The Nine of Swords suggests that you might be feeling overwhelmed with anxiety or worry, and it's a card of sleepless nights and stress, often related to mental overload or fears about the future. So, example, you might be losing sleep over a work-related situation or a personal dilemma that feels like it's spiraling out of control. These worries may be keeping you up at night. And this card encourages you to remember that not all of your fears are grounded in reality. So here's your advice. Try to focus on calming your mind. Meditate. Deep breathing or writing down your thoughts can help release the anxiety that's clouding your judgment. And here's the Seven of Inspiration. And the Seven of Inspiration is the Seven of Wands, and that's defensiveness and standing your ground and overcoming challenges. So the Seven of Wands indicates a need to defend your position and stand up for yourself or face challenges head on. You might be feeling like you're under attack or that others are questioning your decisions. Here's an example. You might be in a situation where you're having to protect your ideas and your beliefs and your choices, perhaps at work or in a personal relationship. So this card urges you to stay strong and persevere, even when you feel the pressure from others. So here's the advice. Stand firm in your convictions and trust your ability to rise above the challenges. Don't back down from what you know is right for you. And then we have the Hermit, and the Hermit came out reversed. So that talks about isolation, avoiding introspection, and feeling lost. So the Hermit reverse suggests you might be resisting time alone for reflection or avoiding the deeper introspection that you need to do. It could be a sign that you are feeling disconnected or lost, perhaps because you're not taking the time to listen to your inner voice. So, for example, you might be avoiding addressing something important in your life, perhaps because it's uncomfortable or it's challenging. Instead of reflecting or taking the time to go within, you may find yourself distracted by external demands or, on the phone. Scroll. So the advice is take a step back and allow yourself the space for reflection. You may be avoiding important realizations or personal growth that can only come from quiet introspection. So let's look at how the day affects Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So Capricorn, Sun. The full moon in Scorpio brings focus to your home and emotional foundations. You might find yourself reflecting on your living situation or how your family dynamics affect your mental peace. So, example, you might need to address a difficult issue with a family member or resolve an emotional matter at home. Taking time to listen to your inner guidance will help you navigate these shifts with clarity. Capricorn Moon. Your emotions may be stirred today as the full moon illuminates your emotional foundations. You might feel the urge to retreat inward and make changes to your environment that better support your emotional well-being. So, example, you might feel emotionally overwhelmed by a personal issue and prompting you to make necessary shifts at home or with your closest relationships. Capricorn Rising. Your public life and career could be under tension today as the full moon pushes you to address emotional matters related to home and family. You may feel a strong pull towards professional obligations and your need for emotional grounding. For example, you may feel torn between your career ambitions and your personal needs. Reflecting on your priorities will help you realign your actions with your values. So here's a summary for the day and what it means to Capricorn. The full moon in Scorpio highlights emotional issues tied to your home and family life, and the tarot card suggests that it's a day of reflection and action. So the Nine of Swords warns of anxiety or sleepless nights. Your mind may be racing with worries, but it's important to calm your thoughts. Seven of Wands shows that you need to stand firm against external pressures and defend your position. And the Hermit reverse suggests you may be avoiding introspection or isolating yourself, but taking time for reflection will be key to your growth. So here's the real life takeaway. Calm your mind and address your anxieties. Not everything is as bad as it seems, and often our fears are exaggerated. Stand your ground in situations where you feel challenged or under attack. You have the strength to persevere. Take time to reflect and reconnect with your inner wisdom. Don't rush through this process of emotional clarity. And here's the advice today for Capricorn. Stay grounded and don't let anxiety cloud your judgment. Take a step back when needed and trust in your ability to handle whatever challenges come your way. Find the time to reflect deeply. Your inner wisdom will guide you forward. Thank you so much, Capricorn, and I hope to see you in another reading.